Let's settle a classic debate, Bitcoin versus Ethereum. If you've ever wondered which one is better, or if they're basically the same thing, you're not alone. This is one of the most common questions in the world of crypto, and it's easy to see why. Both are household names, both have made headlines, and both have passionate fans. But the truth is, the story goes much deeper than just picking a favorite. For many, they seem like Coke and Pepsi, just two big names in crypto. You might think it's just a matter of taste or brand loyalty, but there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. But if you look closer, the differences are huge. These aren't just two flavors of the same drink, they're two entirely different recipes with different ingredients and different goals. Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't just rivals, they're built for totally different purposes. Bitcoin was designed to be digital gold, a secure, decentralized way to store and transfer value. Ethereum, on the other hand, was created as a platform for building decentralized applications and smart contracts. Bitcoin is not a copy of Ethereum, and vice versa. Each has its own unique strengths and weaknesses, and each attracts a different kind of user. Each has its own history, community, and vision. Bitcoin's roots go back to 2009 when it launched as the first true cryptocurrency. Ethereum came later in 2015 with a mission to expand what blockchain technology could do. On the surface, both are digital currencies running on blockchains and both have made people rich, but their communities are driven by different dreams. Bitcoiners want a new kind of money, while Ethereum fans imagine a new kind of internet. But their goals, technology, and use cases are worlds apart. Bitcoin focuses on security and simplicity, while Ethereum is all about flexibility and innovation. It's not just picking between two brands, it's choosing between two different futures for money and the internet. The path you choose could shape how you interact with technology and finance for years to come. If you're thinking about investing even a small amount, understanding this difference is crucial. It's not just about chasing the next big thing, it's about knowing what you're actually buying into. It's like knowing the difference between a stock and a bond before you invest. Both can make you money, but they work in totally different ways and serve different purposes in your portfolio. We'll break down what Bitcoin is, what Ethereum is, and why they're not the same. We'll look at how each one works, what makes them special, and why people are so passionate about them. We'll cover where they came from, what they're used for, and how they're evolving. You'll see how their stories have unfolded and where they might be headed next. By the end, you'll be able to explain the difference to anyone. Whether you're talking to a friend, a coworker, or just trying to make sense of the headlines, you'll have the facts. It's simpler than you think once you see it laid out clearly. The confusion melts away, and the big picture finally makes sense. Ready to finally get it? Let's dive in. Let's get into it. The real story of Bitcoin versus Ethereum starts now. Let's start at the beginning. Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency, launched in 2009 by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto. It was created after the 2008 financial crisis as a response to distrust in banks and governments. The goal? Digital money that no one controls. Think of it as digital gold. Bitcoin lets you send value anywhere, anytime without a bank or middleman. Its purpose, be a secure, decentralized store of value. Then came Ethereum in 2015, created by Vitalik Buterin and others. They saw Bitcoin's blockchain and thought, what if this tech could do more than just money? Ethereum's vision was a decentralized platform for building apps, like a new internet, not controlled by big tech. Its goal, be a world computer, letting developers build decentralized apps, dApps, that can't be shut down. Ether, Ethereum's currency, powers this network, like gas for a car. So, Bitcoin is digital gold. Ethereum is a programmable platform, two very different missions. Now, how do these two digital giants actually work under the hood? Let's take a closer look at the engines that power Bitcoin and Ethereum, and see what makes each one unique. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum rely on blockchains, a kind of digital ledger that's shared and synchronized across thousands of computers all over the world. This technology is what keeps everything transparent and secure, making sure no one can cheat the system. Bitcoin's blockchain is designed for reliability and security. It adds a new block every 10 minutes, like clockwork. This slow pace is intentional. Think of it as an armored truck carrying your money, moving carefully, making sure every step is protected from threats. That's why Bitcoin is often used for big, important transactions where security and trust are absolutely critical, like transferring large sums or storing value for the long term. Ethereum, on the other hand, is built for speed and flexibility. It adds a new block every 12 to 15 seconds, making it much faster than Bitcoin. This rapid pace is essential for running decentralized apps, games, and smart contracts that need quick responses and constant updates. It's like a high-speed network for digital activity. But with great speed comes a trade-off. When lots of people use Ethereum at once, the network can get congested, like a busy city street during rush hour. This congestion causes gas fees, the cost to use the network, to spike, sometimes making transactions expensive. Bitcoin's fees, by contrast, are more stable and predictable. They're based mainly on the size of your transaction, not on how complex it is or how busy the network gets. So, using Bitcoin is like driving down a slow, steady country road with clear signs and predictable tolls. You might not get there fast, but you know exactly what to expect. Ethereum, meanwhile, is more like a fast, bustling highway, great for getting places quickly, but sometimes you'll hit traffic and pay more to move ahead. The trade-off is clear. Bitcoin's engine is simple, secure, and steady, while Ethereum's is fast, flexible, and ready for action, but can get crowded and costly. That's the core difference in how their digital engines run. One prioritizes safety and stability, the other speed and adaptability. Each is built for its own purpose, like two vehicles designed for different roads and destinations. And the way these engines are built shapes everything else about how Bitcoin and Ethereum are used in the real world. Another big difference: how many coins can exist? Bitcoin is like gold. There will only ever be 21 million coins. That's hard-coded, making it scarce and resistant to inflation. This fixed supply is a huge part of why people see Bitcoin as a long-term store of value. Ethereum started with no hard cap. New ETH was created with every block, fueling the network. But unlimited supply could hurt value, so Ethereum changed. With updates like EIP 1559, some ETH is now burned with every transaction, reducing supply. After the merge, new ETH creation slowed dramatically. Sometimes more ETH is burned than created. So Bitcoin's supply is fixed and predictable. Ethereum's is flexible and can even shrink, adapting to network needs. One is digital gold, scarce and simple. The other is dynamic, evolving with its ecosystem. That's a fundamental difference in how value is created, and it matters for investors. So, what do people actually do with Bitcoin and Ethereum? These two cryptocurrencies are often mentioned together, but their real-world uses are surprisingly different. Let's break down what sets them apart and why people choose one over the other. Bitcoin's main use is as a store of value. People buy and hold it like digital gold, hoping it will protect their wealth from inflation, economic instability, or government interference. It's seen as a safe haven in the digital age, a way to keep your money outside the traditional banking system. Think of it as the crypto world's savings account, rarely used for everyday purchases like coffee, but trusted for big transfers, cross-border payments, and long-term holding. Some even use it to move money across countries where banking isn't reliable. Ethereum, on the other hand, is all about activity and innovation. It's the foundation for a whole universe of decentralized apps. Think DeFi, decentralized finance, NFTs, blockchain games, and much more. It's like a digital playground for developers and creators. Developers build on Ethereum as if it's an app store for the blockchain, launching new projects, protocols, and tools that anyone can use. It's a platform for experimentation and new ideas. DeFi lets you borrow, lend, and trade without banks or middlemen, opening up financial services to anyone with an internet connection. It's changing how people interact with money. NFTs, unique digital art, music, and collectibles, are bought and sold on Ethereum, giving artists and creators new ways to reach fans and earn income. Beyond that, Ethereum powers blockchain-based games, decentralized social media, and digital identity tools, pushing the boundaries of what's possible online. Every action on Ethereum, from sending tokens to playing games, uses ETH to pay gas fees. This fuels the network and keeps everything running smoothly. So while Bitcoin is mostly for saving and storing value, Ethereum is for building, creating, and doing things in the digital world. One is digital gold, a safe place for your money. The other is a digital economy, full of activity and opportunity. That's the simplest way to see it. Two powerful tools, each with its own strengths and purpose. Like a hammer and a computer, they're built for different jobs. One for storing value, the other for building new things. And that's why both matter. Together, they shape the future of digital money and technology. How do these networks stay secure and honest? It's all about consensus, agreeing on which transactions are real. Bitcoin uses proof of work. Miners compete to solve puzzles, using lots of energy to add new blocks and earn Bitcoin. This makes Bitcoin super secure, but energy intensive. Ethereum used proof of work too, but switched to proof of stake in 2022 with the merge. Now validators lock up ETH as collateral. They're randomly chosen to add blocks. If they cheat, they lose their stake. Proof of stake slashed Ethereum's energy use by over 99%. Both systems keep the network safe, but Ethereum's is much greener and more scalable. Bitcoin is about security through energy. Ethereum is about security through staking. That's a major difference in how they run, and it shapes their future. Two blockchains, two ways to keep trust. The biggest difference might be in their cultures. Bitcoin's community values stability above all. Changes are rare, slow, and require huge consensus. The goal be digital gold, unchanging, predictable, and trusted for decades. Ethereum's community is all about innovation. They move fast, upgrade often, and aren't afraid to take risks. The switch to proof of stake is proof. They're willing to rebuild the engine mid-flight. Bitcoin is like a finished masterpiece, hard to change, built to last. Ethereum is a city under construction, always growing, always evolving. If you want stability, Bitcoin is your bet. If you want to ride the wave of new tech, Ethereum is for you. One is about trust through time. The other is about potential and progress. This shapes everything from upgrades to investment risk. Two philosophies, two paths, and that's why they attract different believers. It's not just tech, it's mindset. So, which is better, Bitcoin or Ethereum? The truth, it depends on what you want. Bitcoin is the tool for storing value, resisting inflation, and keeping things simple and secure. Ethereum is the tool for building the future. Apps, NFTs, and new financial systems. It's not about which is better overall, but which is better for your goals. Many people hold both, seeing them as complementary. One is a digital vault, the other is a digital playground. Your choice depends on your vision for the future, and there's value in both. Here's the bottom line. Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't really competitors. They're the two pillars of crypto, each with a unique role. Bitcoin is digital gold, a secure, scarce store of value. Ethereum is a global platform for decentralized apps, a new kind of internet. Understanding this difference is the key to making smart decisions in crypto. When you hear news about either, think about their core purpose. One is about saving, one is about building. The best investment is in your own knowledge. Keep learning, stay curious, and never risk more than you can afford to lose. Crypto is still young and there's a lot to discover. Whether you prefer Bitcoin's stability or Ethereum's innovation, you're part of a revolution, and you've already taken the first step.